Like one. The Spotted Dog's Tale. Join me in this tale of the spotted dog, when the lake creates a constant fog. The dog is fat like a caged bat, he hobbles around like a three-legged cat. His name is Tix, though many names has he. He runs around the yard completely free. He consumes many meals with no regret, and gained 15 pounds this last year, I'd bet. He is my favorite dog of all, my old friend for summer, winter, spring, and fall. Today he has followed me into the school, his face all covered with slimy drool. He walks right beside me, hobbling along. Everyone looks at me as they thought it was wrong. I shrugged my shoulders, I couldn't care less. All the teachers mumbled, it will make a mess. We made our way down the halls, people running about, making me trip and fall. Tix stood over me as if to help me up. He has always looked over me, even as a pup. He licks my face as I stand straight to see Miss Moody at the door glaring at me. "You're late," she says. "The play is about to start. Now cover down and place your hand upon your heart." I take off my hat and tell Tix to sit. He howls along for a little bit. The bell rings, so we make our way to class, but when I turn around, I find Tix staring out the glass. He starts growling and barking, and it makes a racket. I tell him to stop as I take off my jacket. He runs out of the room as fast as lightning, baring his teeth and looking quite frightening. He busts through the front doors like a superhero would, and I swear he ran faster than I ever knew he could. All of a sudden, he stopped right in his tracks. He looked up at the sky, which was turning black. I looked all around to see what was going on, when from behind me, I heard the soft step of a fawn. Tix heard it too, and he took off real fast, chasing the poor deer into the forest vast. They kept running and running through the thick brush. I tried to keep up, but I heard a soft hush. As I stopped and looked around, turning in a circle, a man appeared and said his name was Urkel. He was dressed in all orange and carried a gun, and he said he was in the woods to have a little fun. Shooting some deer was a hobby of his. I asked if he passed his hunting safety quiz. He shrugged his shoulders and said, "No, not really." I retreated and noticed it gotten chilly. A few feet away, I heard Tix still chasing the deer. Urkel raised his gun, and I shouted in fear. I heard a loud bang and dropped to the ground. From the distance came a whimpering sound. I stood up and ran towards what sounded like Tick. That's when I came upon a sight that made me sick. I fell to my knees and started to cry. I pleaded to God and asked why, oh why. The sky became bright, and down came a sunbeam, and that's when I realized it was all just a dream.